Hello everyone, today is Friday, August 3rd, 2018. I am recording this video 15 minutes before noon here in New York. We have a lot to talk about today. We're going to talk about the tornado that was just confirmed 15 minutes ago from the NWS in Upton that officially was declared a EFO tornado in College Point, Queens. We're going to be talking about, of course, some mass transit updates. And to wrap it all up, we're actually going to talk about a mayoral race that involved the former WWE Champion becoming the Mayor of Knoxville, Tennessee. A lot to get into. So, without further ado, let's get started. Here we are, the official public information statement from the NWS in Upton, New York. We officially got word from them, as I just said, about 11:30 this morning, that an EFO tornado did touch the ground in College Point. So here is what happened. Currently, no fatalities and no injuries were reported, thankfully, due to this storm. But last night, and you can check my live stream from last night, there were multiple power outages in the College Point area due to this tornado. But we will take a look at the Con Edison map, and a lot of people in College Point are back on the grid this morning, so that's very good news. But let's just read the summary. A tornado rated as an EFO on the Enhanced Fujita scale with estimated winds of 70 to 85 miles an hour touched down near St. Fidelis Catholic Church in College Point, knocking down numerous trees and power lines, resulting in, of course, what we saw last night on the Con Edison website. Impaling, siding off houses along a path about 3/4 of a mile long and 100 yards wide. The tornado strengthened as it moved towards Powell's Cove Park, where at least 50 trees were down in a narrow convergent path, highly indicative of a tornado. The tornado briefly moved along the southernmost shoreline of Powell's Cove and then dissipated over the far eastern end of the park just before reaching 138th Street. Additionally, straight-line wind damage occurred from that point eastward to the Francis Lewis Park near the Whitestone Bridge. And as I was saying last night, and you can rewatch that video I did last night when I went live around 11:30 last night, of course. I knew those downed trees were by the Whitestone Bridge. And as I said, nobody knows Queens better than Andy's Randomness. So, well, Northeast Queens in particular, but I knew the downed trees were literally right by the Whitestone Bridge. And it must have been scary for those people driving into the Bronx last night or first coming into Queens on the Whitestone Bridge wondering, well, what? Because I was seeing reports that people were complaining that on Twitter that the Whitestone Bridge was shaking during the storm. And that must have been very scary being high up wondering, are you going to be alright crossing this bridge? So it's not funny, but it must have been scary for those people who were on the Whitestone Bridge last night, and possibly even the Throgs Neck Bridge if the tornado somehow did end up near Fort Taunton, but Fort Taunton didn't get any damage, so this was probably only localized in the Whitestone College Point area. So just to recap, no injuries reported, no fatalities reported, so that's very good news from the storm. But the only thing that was reported from Con Edison last night was numerous outages that have just been restored this morning. Alright, so they want to thank the partners at New York City Office of Emergency Management. So pretty much, this was pretty much the weak range of the EFO tornado, 65 to 85 miles an hour. Of course, this is reviewed to change. The NWS, as of now, is still surveying the damage in the College Point Whitestone area. That's very good news. But we will get to Con Edison right now. And good news is Whitestone, College Point, the areas that did lose power last night are back on the grid. So that's very good news that Con Edison was able to rush out there early this morning and restore the power to the people in College Point that honestly lost power, but Whitestone, everything's looking all right. So that's some decent news that we're getting back on track. The only thing I'm concerned about, anybody can contribute. I just want to know if the College Point Shopping Center on 14th Avenue is doing all right, because my dad mentioned today that he is going to check the damage himself in College Point anyway. So most likely my dad will tell me about it later today once he gets back from College Point, because normally he does go to that shopping center on Friday to get our groceries at ShopRite, but that's the only thing I'm worried about, if you're honestly asking me at this point. Let's move on to our next topic. We had problems on the Long Island Railroad this morning. Signal troubles suspended pretty much the entire main line. Well, two of the main lines in particular. The Long Island Railroad said it expected normal service during the Friday morning commute after overnight signal troubles near Hicksville caused delays and one cancellation on the Port Jefferson and Ronkonkoma branches. The trouble was reported about 1 a.m. and repairs were completed by 4:50 early this morning. Railroad spokesperson Aaron Donovan said, "Service had been temporarily suspended in both directions on the two branches overnight," the Long Island Railroad said. Some trains were listed as being delayed as long as 2 hours. The railroad said in an alert to riders that residual delays continued after the repairs were completed, but Donovan said there would be no impact on the morning commute. All lines were in good service shortly after 6 a.m., the Long Island Railroad said. So, pretty much, I got a little bit of a contribution from Pine Power. I will read you a text that he sent me last night in regards to this, because apparently he was at Mineola last night, believe it or not, in the wee hour, I don't even know how to pronounce it. Wee hours of the morning. You want to say that correctly? Okay. So I will read you the text that John sent me, which is of course important to the story, and then we'll move on to the subways. Okay. So at 2:29 this morning, Pine Power was at the scene, and he said that at Mineola, people were stranded. People had no buses. So pretty much in the wee hours of the morning, because again, there are people who are graveyard shifters who need the Long Island Railroad. You have to really feel bad for them, because number one, they're going into the city to probably start their 4 or 5 a.m. shift, and you're wondering, well, they're not going to be on time. So pretty much, once again, this is like the Patrick Nowakowski days. And you know who to blame for this, everyone. It's Elisa Pica. That's all I'm going to end the point on, but I'm glad we did have a source who was on the scene last night in Mineola, so that's very good news. Our source was, believe it or not, out of all people, Pine Power LI, but you gotta remember, he's literally in walking distance to the train station anyway, so I can understand why he wanted to contribute that statement to me. You know, this is first-hand information, so now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about the mess on the subways here in Queens this morning. Around 9 a.m., AC and East service resumed with delays after we removed a stalled continuous wheeled rail train from the tube north of High Street. Because of the sheer weight of this train, we moved it into two pieces using a heavy-duty power pack rescue train. And then they pretty much talked about what happened. Yeah, so pretty much they were just telling people that, you know, this was going on, that was going on, take this train, take that train. It was pretty much a headache this morning that I really don't want to cover that much, because it's just a headache to even get into. But I do want to talk about a quick issue with the 7 this morning. 34th Street, Hudson Yard bound 7 trains We're running with delays earlier this morning because of signal problems in Corona at 103rd Street. So, pretty much, that's your mass transit update. Now we're going to go to something surprising that happened last night in Knoxville, Tennessee. And literally my feed was blowing up with this story. Alright, so here we go. It's official. Former WWE Champion Kane, also known as Glenn Jacobs, has been elected the next mayor of Knoxville, Tennessee. Former WWE Champion Republican Glenn Jacobs has been declared the winner of the race for Knoxville, Tennessee. So pretty much, they go really in depth about what happened. But yes, this is, of course, Glenn Jacobs at his victory speech last night at the Crown Plaza Hotel in Knoxville, of course. This is, of course, his wife right here. So we're going to look at the election results to pretty much verify that the former WWE Champion is the mayor of Knoxville, Tennessee. And then we'll just quickly look up his career highlights in the WWE to wrap it up so you know what I'm talking about. So here we go. Glenn Jacobs, the next mayor of Knoxville, Tennessee. He beat Democrat Linda Haney last night. The votes were 51,804. That's 66%. Linda Haney, Democrat, 26,224 votes. I've been honestly keeping an eye on this race as well. Pretty much, Glenn was a candidate that was pretty much promoting economic growth to Knoxville. He was talking about bringing jobs back, and I think he's going to do that. Away from WWE, he is a businessman. He, believe it or not, actually is a... what are those people that file your taxes? I forget them at the moment, but... it'll come to me in the future. I know... Oh, a CPA, yeah. He's a CPA. That's the term I want to use. I'm pretty sure... Let's just Google that. Certified Public Accountant. Yeah, that's what he was before he became the mayor of Knoxville. So he's pretty much very familiar with economics. And I think there's going to be a lot of, honestly, good things coming to Knoxville, I think. There'll be a lot of good things going on over there. Alright, so, let's just go to... I'm trying to figure out, like, where is his, yeah, here we go, political career. Alright, so I'm just trying to see if, yeah, that's it right here. Right, Jacobs also works as an insurer. Oh, my bad. I thought he was a CPA. Because I saw a video a long time ago on Facebook where he talked about taxes, which he was very knowledgeable on that subject. But all right, he and his wife own an all-state agency in Knoxville. I really thought he was a CPA. My bad if I gave the wrong information, everyone, because I saw online a long time ago that he was a CPA. Alright, just a heads up, he will be in the next WWE video games. This will probably be his last appearance anyway in a WWE game. So we'll just take a look at his wrestling accomplishments. We'll read it right now. As I said, former WWE Champion. I remember that. He was an ECW Champion, Hardcore Champion. I remembered his World Heavyweight Championship reign in 2010 when he cashed in his Money in the Bank contract to defeat Rey Mysterio. Intercontinental Champion, WCW Tag Team Champion with The Undertaker. He was a two-time Tag Team Champion. Most recently, many people remember his time with Team Hell No, Daniel Bryan as his tag team partner. World Tag Team Champion. 8th Triple Crown Champion. 3rd Grand Slam Champion. And, of course, Slammy Awards. But that's pretty much his accomplishments in the WWE. He debuted in 1992, and many people claim that he is the brother of The Undertaker, which I don't know if that's true or not. Right, we'll confirm that information, because The Undertaker and Kane are not really related in real life. Everybody knows that. We'll end that. Here we go. That's him. Right, they're not related. Right. They're not related. I just wanted to double check that. So, that's going to wrap it up. Till the next one, everybody. Take care.